Alright, so the 22 conversion kit for the AR-15. You know, it's really quite simple. And I know what a lot of people are wondering when they first see this. A lot of people ask me, they're like, how does it fit with this end piece? Well, I'll show you that here in just a second. But let me tell you what I think of this product. I have shot nearly 5,000 rounds of 22 through this with only one misfire. I shot cheap ammo in horrible condition. I mean, it was raining, the gun was dirty, this was just, I mean, blacked out. And I mean, it had one misfire on cheap ammo, completely dirty, in a rainstorm. I am more than happy with this product. So I mean, if you're asking for my recommendation on whether you should buy one of these or not, I completely 100% recommend one of these. If you know anything about your AR-15 or M16, you know that this is easy to put in. If you're kind of new to it, you're going to learn right here and it's going to be a-okay, I can promise you that. So now let's get into how this thing exactly operates. Alright, so basically inside of your firearm, your AR-15, you have a bolt carrier. That's what's inside your guts here. Basically, how you get to it is you push your pin, your rear pin, go to the other side, pull it, and then what it does is it cracks in half. Okay, now with it cracking in half, you can now see the back of your bolt carrier, along with your charging handle. So what you want to do is you unlock your charging handle, pull it back, your bolt carrier comes out. You can release the charging handle, and out comes the bolt carrier. Now here's where this gets confusing for some people. And this is where I mentioned just a second ago that if you notice, this one has this funny looking end piece, this one doesn't. The reason that is because inside of this one, this is a fake shell for a 223 or 5.56. Because if you didn't know, 5.56, 223, and 22 long rifle are all the same caliber. They're all the same caliber, so it's the same size bullet leaving. So basically, when you have your 22 magazine loaded in your gun, what this does is this pushes the 22 long rifle into here, firing it from here through this fake barrel right here. This is basically, I wouldn't say a fake barrel, it's a carrying barrel from your firing to your rifled barrel. That's all this does, is this carries it from, basically from its firing point through this smooth bore and down the rifling. Now, this rifling is not meant for 22 long rifle. It's meant for 5.56 and 223, but that being said, this is actually surprisingly accurate. I don't know why, I'm not really sure, but I've had zero accuracy problems with this setup. It's been, I mean, at 100 yards, I mean, you can hit your target. As long as you practice, you got it sighted in, you figured out where it's going, where you put it. I mean, yeah, I've had zero problems with this accuracy. And I've had zero problems with that accuracy on 5.56. So, to tell you the truth, I don't know. I guess some things just work out sometimes. Alright, so basically, the installation of this. So what you want to do is you want to kind of pull your charging handle back just a little bit, just enough to where you can get this in. Sliding it in. Basically, shutting it and pushing your pin down. It is really that simple. Honestly, it goes a lot faster than that. I mean, it goes a lot faster. Now, as you can see, when you pull the charging handle back, the charging handle does not go all the way back. This goes back far enough to catch a 22 from the 22 magazine. You load your 22, pop your magazine in, goes back, catches it, when it fires, looks back, kicks it out, catches the next round. Right? Pretty simple, pretty easy. Now let's take a quick look at the magazines. Alright, so obviously this is 223 5.56 magazine right here. and this is 22. Now on the outside, it's pretty much the same on the outside. I mean, there are some noticeable differences, but honestly, it fits in the gun the same way. I've had zero problems with magazines. And I mean, I think this is an amazing buy. For about $175, you can turn your 5.56 223 AR into a 22. Now, a lot of people say, well, with that money, couldn't you have just bought a dedicated 22 long rifle? I could have, but in all honesty, I have one and I don't ever carry it with me. But this setup, this 22 conversion kit, along with the 3 magazines that I got from M.W.G, I carry that thing with me all the time. Every time I carry this gun, that conversion kit with its magazines are in the same case. And that to me is way more worth it. I would rather have one gun that I can shoot my main and my 22 long rifle out of than having 2 different guns. I mean, maybe it's just a preference. I definitely like having this. So if you are big into 5.56, if you're big into AR-15s, I feel like this is a must-have for your collection. I really do. I highly recommend it. I've had one problem of misfire, and I told you it was through, a dirty gun, dirty bolt carrier, bad weather. I mean, it was extremely cheap rounds. And you know what? I'm more than impressed. So again, I'll just show you one more time, basically taking this apart. All right, it's ridiculously simple. Pushing your rear pin, pulling your rear pin, sliding this out. Now taking this one out, I did notice that sometimes it sticks in there a little bit. So I'll put my thumb on the back, I'll undo the charging handle, and I'll give it a nice pop. Give it a nice hard pop because sometimes it gets stuck. Slides right out. Putting the original bolt carrier group in. Shutting it, pushing the pin. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. I mean, I highly recommend it. I think it's a great product, and I use it all the time. I mean, when you go to the range and you're shooting, 5,000 to 10,000 rounds, you really want to have cheaper options, and shooting 22 long rifle is definitely a cheaper option. I would not do as much shooting if I did not have that. I mean, when we go there and we're shooting 45, 70, 308, even occasionally a 50 BMG, and we're shooting something that gets to be really expensive, it's fun to finish the day off with shooting, 2,000 rounds of 22 or even 550 rounds of 22. It's nice to have a 22 with you when you go to the range. You shoot your big stuff, you have fun, and then you just start plinking. That's what we do all the time. Start out with the big stuff, the expensive stuff, and end with the 22. So, with that being said, this I highly recommend.